was a brand, but it was about company management was his brand. If you think about Steve Jobs, right? He was a brand, but he was really an innovation brand. And Apple was really a separate brand. And I think that to be global and to plan for the future, that in some way it would be good for you to think about having a brand around your founder, which is a little distinct from the brand around the company. Okay? And I don't know if that's possible for you, but I think if you could do it, it turns out to be powerful in the end. Okay? Because companies go potentially forever, and founders never go forever, right? Your present leader never goes forever. And you want the brand to extend beyond the present leader, right? So, from my view, thought around how do you position your founder in terms of his brand, you know? And I don't know him well enough to tell you how to think about this, but, you know, is it about his business acumen? Is it about his innovation acumen? Is it about his ability to organize? You know, he has a brand, and I think it's good if you wean Huawei's brand in a separate, self-sustaining direction from the leader's brand. Okay. Yep. A lot of leaders might not like that, but this is what I believe should happen.
Oh, that's a great suggestion. Yeah.
You know, it's not, you need your leader to have a good brand, right? Because he's a powerful symbol of the company. But it doesn't mean that the brand has to be the same, is my point to you, right?
Yeah.
That actually thinking about and planning how you make your leader, you know, this monumental person that he is, and how you maintain that brand, and how you make the Huawei brand separate so that it's standalone, you know, I think is something that, you know, if you had a brand, if you had a marketing concept like I talked about, you know, the people in your company could think about how do you make this separation happen, right?
Yep.
And where do you use the two brands, right? Because maybe the brand you want to use in the U.S. isn't the brand of your founder, right? It's the company brand, not the founder brand, right? And you can trade off where do you use the two brands, right?
Yes.
Because I think that it helps to have them be separate. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Absolutely.
You know, because you know, it's a powerful company, right? It's a powerful company, and it's in the U.S. It's not a household word yet, right? Not yet. So there still needs to be brand building here, even though it's got a good market. So I think thinking about developing the company brand separately is a good thought exercise to go do.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
So what do you think of my analysis of that? Because I'm curious if you think it's a good idea, if you think it's terrible.
No, I like the comparison with Jack Welch. You know, he was his own brand versus GE brand, and the two had separate brands, but they coexisted, and together they made, you know, a brand together as well. But
they were a brand. Yeah, together, exactly right. Together they were powerful, right? But they were still separate. But you could put them together when you wanted, right? When you went and talked to other business leaders, having them together was a powerful thing, right?
Yeah.
But when you went out to the consumer buying a washing machine, couldn't care less about the Jack Welch brand. Only cared about the GE brand, right? So when you go and do a deal, or when you go and